Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel here today. Today we're here for two more episodes of Mushi-Shi, episodes 9 and 10 of Season 2 this time. Very excited to be here. We've brought the vibes. I know, again, I've always got the blind closed, but it's raining outside. Petrichor. It's Mushi-Shi vibes. It's kind of really exciting. I like that. It's setting the scene, setting the tone. Either way, no YouTube comments this week. Might as well pop into giving the Patreon a shout out and watching a couple more episodes, we'll see. Oh yeah, last week was funny. I got all pissed off. That was that was a fun video to make upon reflection. I don't know. I guess we'll see how the public responds to it when it comes out publicly, but I liked it. I thought I was funny. And I never really think I'm funny. Hopefully some of the following people think I'm funny. My list of patrons. I'm very thankful for them. I thank them every day, especially going to Christmas. Unironically, just like, you know, it's not really relevant, but it's made Christmas a lot easier, being able to, like, almost use the Patreon money in that kind of way. So it's eased financial stress. I appreciate you people. Thank you very much. Because I'm over here, I'm not exactly rolling in money, so I like it. Thank you. I don't know. Maybe the season's greetings got me all sappy or something. I don't know. Either way, very big thank you to Sean, Ace Lightning, AJ, Akumancer, Bananarama Hamadama-sama, BD422, Patero, Brett Jones, Bryce Peak, Capella, Shobaribi, Copley, Cure Dynamic, Dakota, Dapper Dwarf, Diark Lord, Ed, Fancy Question Mark, Fluffy, Fried Rice, Fruit, Gloriana Tenebrae, Glyke, Hans Peter, Ika, Yaku Yavanen, Jacob R, Joran, Kasogtha, Clem, Lick H, Lou, Lupe Ferrugia, Matthew Bradshaw, Mickey Babbers, Miru, Mistake L Chen, Molly Weinberger, Mr. Maniacs, Nature Without Man, Noah, Panic, Pencil Sharp 333, Pike, Ronlad B&K, Saint Lily, Sal, Sam1373, Sarah Longe, Skeleton, Tentacle Member, Waifu Overdose, Without a Net, Ren, Binshi, Jambi Boo, Kelvin, Aidan O'Brien, and Brendan M. Gibbons. Thank you very much for giving me money. I enjoy the money. Mushi-Shi is an episodic show, and we do not set it up in the same way accordingly that I would do other shows. I should also come out and say this right now. I'm doing 9 and 10, and then I'm doing the OVA next week. It's got a special name. Hang on. Odoro no Michi. I'm doing that next week, so rest assured. I know it's very important. Considering Mushishi's episodic nature, probably not very, but yeah, I'm aware of that. Also, by next week, I also mean 2 weeks' time, so again, there'll be a week break in here. I've been saying it all week and stuff. Anyway, I'm rambling. We're going to bring up episode 9 now and give it a gander, give it a look. Radio episode 9 of season 2 of Mushi-Shi up there ready to go. 23 minutes and 46 seconds on this one. Sync up accordingly with your own copy. I have the ARC version. It has the Deki Nai subs, I believe, off the top of my head. Yes, that is correct. So get that version if you'd like the same as my version. If not, there's a picture-in-picture link in the description below if you'd like to use that. Either way, let's give this thing a 3, 2, 1. Radio, 3, 2, 1, go. And I am recording too, which is always a plus. Alright, gotta bring the vibes down a little bit. I'm caffeinated once again. It's in some ways it's a good idea. Maybe not before Mushi-Shi. It's like mixing your stimulants and your depressants. It's not advisable. Like a vodka Red Bull or something. It's like a meditation. It's a really good opening. For me? Hopefully. Snow. I did geese the title there was something about a valley? Welling Springs or something? We'll see in a moment. It's a conspicuous fire. Oh, hello. That's Ginkgo. Ginkgo's been saved? I think he needed it too. Maybe got caught out in the snowstorm. It's like a tiered farm almost. Valley of the Welling Tides. Tides is interesting. Was that snow there separate to the... It didn't look like it was snowing in the background. Is that some Mushi snow? Oh. Hello. How many damn kids do you have? Oh, and he's wearing the fuck me turtleneck too. Leg injury. Yeah. Feet too. Let's get you some food. Holy shit, you lucked out. Yeah. And you're the patriarch? Yeah. Okay. Sup? So something's happening. It's either that this is like a sanctuary from the weather, or the weather's... Yeah, I feel like this is the sanctuary then. How rude. You're not going to go out and have a look? The vibes are weird. Alright. Yeah, no. I was wondering if they were going to let him see outside. That's a fantastic background. Sup? Hello. He looks pretty chill. Yeah, what's your secret for all of this? He's a hard-working, God-fearing man, damn it. Huh. You're always smelling people, too. What do you sell the rice, or? What is happening? Ocha? What did he realize? Come on, Ginkgo. Have a bit of tact. Oh. Yeah, how did you know that? Whoa. Okay, he's found out something. Okay. I'm in. But if the harm is going to befall you anyway, then I should help, no? That'd be a good kindness. Oh, okay. Sworn to secrecy. Now I understand. I got your motivations, old man. But what did he see? It was something about the baby, maybe. Clean your plate. Vitamins. Good for you. Ginkgo, what do your eyes see? What are you sipping on? A candle that burns twice as bright burns half as long. That's a very interesting question. Is that yep? Whoa, okay, here we go. Yeah, Ginkgo, you're not very, secretive. I'm kind of with you, man. I don't know. Let it all play out, I guess. I don't think that's entirely fair. Deepens once again. I'm liking this one. I think this is a good episode, everybody. Very mature. Because, I mean, as long as what they're doing isn't ethically reprehensible, I think Ginkgo just letting sleeping dogs lie is fine. Lo and behold, it is happening tonight. The thing. Or does Ginkgo need to return the favor, maybe? Save him? Whoa! Huh. It's interesting that the wife found him. It looked like he just slipped on a rock. He got a bit dizzy. Revelations? Interesting. Is Ginkgo still here? Flashback. Where are we? Yeah, okay. Hoichi? Stupid baby. Okay, we're making connections. Land milk? Brother, I'm not drinking that. I wouldn't have done that. Have a bit of this, buddy. Hey, okay. But also, she dies in like a year, so... Now what happens? It wasn't medicine, it was just a Mushi doing its job. Yeah, he's sprouting up. 100%. Yeah, conspicuously so. She's not okay. It feels to me like he almost has the strength of two people. I'll just leave it at that. Whoa! Oh, hell no! Oh, hell no! That's terrible. Milk tears. Yeah, yeah. You should probably listen to her when she's like, I feel like I'm going to die. Give me a million guesses, I never would have guessed the milk connection. But what does it all mean, Dad? You must tell me. Oh, okay, so you did hang around. A little bit, yes. Are you going to give us the Mushi side? Chishio. Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah. I, I'm kind of with you, man. But you didn't, though. I'm sure she was proud of you. In her own way. I bet she didn't bet on the whole process happening like it did, but I I think it is quite mature to be like, okay, yeah, I should keep using this power for the family that I have now that I need to protect. 100%. In the same way that she's worked so hard, she spent her life to try to save you. You're now working to the bone every day and night to cultivate the earth to keep your family safe. The living welling tide. That's interesting too. We're skipping forward a little bit. You... Sure. So yeah, that one had like a crazy Mushi, right? But it was probably one of the more like heartwarming episodes yet. I just think there's clearly some metaphorical stuff we'll unpack going on with the whole like cultivating the earth and sacrificing yourself and all that other kind of stuff. Like, that's all significant and rolls into itself quite nicely, but it just had a really lovely ending. Whereby it's like, okay, this explains the reason why you are the way you are, right? Why you prioritize the things that you prioritize. Now, are you going to take this purge and get rid of this ability and cast all this sacrifice aside and all this crazy stuff that went on that you weren't, aware of, cognizant of? Or are you going to embrace what you've been given and use that power to best effect to save your family and continue the bloodline and all these things that your mother would have wanted? He chooses the correct answer here. I think all Ginkgo wants, right, is for people to have the information and for people to know what's going on with them because they deserve to know and have the option, be able to opt in and opt out. But again, after seeing, everyone's just very nice. It's all very cordial. There's not really any stupid stuff going on with people breaking people's houses and anything. Anyway, it was a good episode. I think there's more there to unpack as well. The Depths of Winter. And yeah, you'll see me in but a moment for episode 10. Episode 10 of Season 2. Episode 10 up there ready to go. Same old. 23 minutes, 46 seconds on this one. Sync up accordingly. Picture in picture. All those things I normally say. Let's give this thing a 3, 2, 1. Radio? 3, 2, 1. Go! Oh, baby, we're shivering. It's a bit later than I thought, actually. I must eat again. Soon. Kind of a terrible sleep schedule at the moment. Like, I'll wake up at 6 most days, just because I do that. I'll eat very little until like midday, and then I'll binge on everything in sight, and then I'll wait another like 6 hours, and then I'll binge on everything in sight. I don't know, yeah, just the sleep and the eat cycle there is fucked. I need to fix it. I think the first step would be breakfast. And probably going to bed earlier. Or trying to sleep in. One of the two. And I like start work at 8:30. It's not even like I need to be up. I just am. It is good editing time though. I'll give you that. I'll give you that right now. The Depths of Winter. I wonder if I got like a graph out and graph the episodes this season, how many would be winter related? A sound deep in the winter. Looks like he's walked straight off the set of the last episode. The Awakening of the Mountains Springtime Mushi. Mountain Lords. Is this towards the end of winter, when spring's approaching? But it was called The Depths of Winter, as you can plainly see there on the title card. Curious. Huh. It's like strands. It's almost like sinew or something. Komiyaku? Okay. Survivalist ginkgo. Smoking up a storm in there. He's hotboxing himself? What is he doing? He's hibernating? It's a lot of trust in your audience. And we're back. Check the clock. It looks ominous. It's like ashy, almost. Yeah, but what about these Mushi? Ooh. Mushi-laden snow. Oroshibu. But something's gone amiss. Your timing was off. For what reason? So your timing was right, just not on this mountain almost. We don't fuck with the Oroshibu. Motherfucker, it's the bamboo forest from like 25 episodes ago. Trapped. They're mischievous little fuckers, aren't they? I want them to ride in the sky like sucked in ginkgo or something. Like they're taunting him. So it's because of the ceiling of the mountain. I know, it's interesting. There's not even like almost another character to bounce off of. Mountain Lord, thoughts? Is that the thing we saw before with the lions? Mugura? It's worth a fucking shot. The Lord of the Mountain. It's a cool lore episode, no? There's no external party to need to explain anything to, it's just Ginkgo going through his process and how he would solve a problem. After him being trapped inside it. It's weird, right? Because they find Ginkgo at the start of the last episode in the snow, kind of all alone after hurting his leg. In a cave like that. So, the mountain itself's in hibernation. Looks like you chose poorly. How do we save the mountain, Ginkgo? From the depths of winter. What do you sense? Is Ginkgo a Jedi? What's that I saw something about a serpent on the page he had before. So that's conspicuous. That it almost looks like legs next to it, like it'd be a centipede or something. Kind of belly dragging through the ground and still legs going. I hope not. I fucking hate centipedes. I think they're scary. Legitimately, I'd almost rather have any other bug in this room here with me than like a centipede. Oh, hello. Who is you? Oh! Turtle Man. My brother. He doesn't look very alive, thoughts? Mushi-Dono? Oh, no, he's still kicking. Okay. I was worried that he had, you know. He looks like he's a bit stubborn. Why do they hate Ginkgo? Alright, I mean, you got him where you want him, Turtle Man, but... But why? Ginkgo's normally pretty chill. Is it because he's a human? Or looks kind of like a human? Do you not like human beings? He fucking lost? I don't think he's dead. I'm gonna give you that right now, but... What's your end game, Turtle? Huh, what's that? Oh, it's the Corky? He had Corky on him. Which was set up earlier in the episode. I wonder how this manga chapter is. It'd be a really interesting one to visit. Whoa! Hello, lizard. Yeah, they're all kind of hibernating. It's like a little rat guy or something. Huh. It's like everyone's hiding out. So he wanted you in here. It wasn't a punishment. It was like, no, to stay safe down here. But how long are we to wait, Turtle? So it wasn't his Corky. Gotcha. This is crazy. Audio design too, man. We were the hibernation nation. But what did we say before? If you hibernate, you can get yourself even closer to death sometimes. But what is to happen now? You must tell me. The pace is insane this episode. It is insanity. Yeah, just like near the start of the episode where he was hibernating. That's almost the same pace we're taking now. My screen just turned off then. I was like, okay, am I good? There's a hair? Don't know where that's from. Okay. Focus on the episode. There's fishes. Fishy. Seems like we're back. Is Ginkgo back? Ginkgo's back. Good. What took you so long? What year is it? Turtle Man, explain yourself. Oroshibue. Stop taking me frickin' Corky. Have fun migrating north. Donut? Okay, not a donut. All life is back. All life is returning. Where's my turtle friend? Turtle friend, you must explain yourself. Oh, potentially people? That'd be novel. Bit of column A, bit of column B, maybe. You did a bit of good, for sure. Scam. Turtle boy. I like him. $5D chess. We will rebuild, Genko. You've made it out to the other side. I think that episode there pushes the lax pace of Mushi-Shi probably to its extreme. I was umming and ahhing. It's probably to the episode's detriment overall. I would say the lack of content. It's once again very relaxing. It almost felt like a guided meditation. Like that's almost to the level we're at with it. It was interesting. I thought the narrative unfolding was, it is what it is, obviously, with no other characters to bounce off of. But, I mean, I think this could be somebody's favorite episode. It is a lot of Ginkgo just kind of working stuff out and using things that have been pre-established in the show as concepts and him just applying them. And if that's the kind of thing that gets you going, I'm not here to yuck your yum. For sure, for sure. Maybe it was the coffee. I'm here, I'm just like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go a bit faster. But hey, it was a good little tale. I think there's certain sequences that are really affecting. I do like the stuff under the lake. I think that's quite brilliant. Yeah. Interesting end to a season almost too, you know. Path of Overgrowth. Ugh, gotta wake myself up a little bit after that one. Yeah, those were those 2 episodes. You'll see me tomorrow for some analysis on both. Once again, I don't know how much I'll have to say about episode 10 here. It's been on the slow side, but there's definitely stuff to dig into in 9 for sure. And yeah, you'll see me tomorrow. I'll see you in a second. And we're back. It's the next day. 2 more episodes of Mushi-Shi in the books. I thought 9 was broadly pretty interesting. It kind of drops you straight away into this family situation, which I thought was pretty intriguing. Like a lot of characters there to bounce off of and stuff, and a mystery. Something's not quite right. The vibes are just kind of off. And yeah, kind of unraveling the mystery of what happened there. And for once, at least in this season, in not being some terrible, ethically repulsive cover-up of some kind, it's just kind of, shit, we fucked up. Now we got to live with what's going on. I found that really refreshing. And I guess the ethos coming out of it on the other side of the character starts with an H. I'll get it here in a second. I thought he was very smart in his approach by the very end. So again, let me get this straight. Like, the baby was unknowingly, vampirically stealing the mother's life essence, almost. And the way that the Mushi works is, now that it's, you know, infested the infant as well, the infant's going to have this special ability to grow as much stuff as possible and, you know, work twice as hard and all this other kind of stuff. That is only in the purpose of also just creating another seed bed for this thing, basically, right? Where okay, now, at some point this is going to pass off to the next infant, and I'm going to become weakened. And then the cycle kind of continues from there. To be honest, I don't really see how the cycle continues. It's pretty easy to see how a baby feeding, right, would take life essence, but from a father that's not going to happen then. So maybe he just dies twice as quick or something, and then, you know, turns into another pool of the milk. Odd. I don't, yeah, again, we'll reread, we'll say. But the ecology of the damn Mushi, be damned, I just think it's a kind of heartwarming story by the very end. Kind of embracing my mother's sacrifice and what she's given up for me, and this life that she's given me, and this family that she's produced, you know, that she never got to see, and like almost embracing that as a gift, and you know, thinking about the sacrifices before me and how they've added to my ability to now toil for the people in my life, and how beautiful that is. Also think that the patriarch, I think that the dad, the grandfather there is a good character. I like that he's torn between telling his son the truth and also hiding the secret. And again, it takes Ginkgo's involvement there to figure things out. You could probably tell that I'm talking a little bit more about episode 9 here, because I am critical of episode 10. I think it is slow to a detrimental level. We finally found my limit. There's just not enough content to go for 23 minutes or whatever it is, yeah. But I will say this. The episode is also very unique. It stands in opposition to every other Mushi-Shi episode, I believe, because there are no other characters. It is only Ginkgo. There's some decent Ginkgo comedy in there if you're into that as well. And it's very procedural. If you want to see what a day in the life of a Mushi-Shi is like, and Ginkgo getting himself out of a jam, that is the episode for you. If you're not so much about conventional narrative structure in an episodic form, and just want to see, I guess, a more calm, almost like mundane experience with Ginkgo, then this is, again, your jam. I would describe it as, I don't know if you guys are into music, but there's a genre called slowcore. It kind of reminds me of slowcore, where you just got to really lock in. And it'll reward you, but you got to really lock in. And I think, again, my experience was it's also me reacting to it. Obviously, that's very different. It's a hard thing to react to. It almost reminded me of parts of Angel's Egg, which I've done on the channel as well, which was very slow. Very good, though. The kind of art was doing a lot of the heavy lifting there, and it being kind of this blank canvas allowed me to project my own things onto it. Where, again, this one's, like, I'm not breaking anybody's heart by saying it doesn't have as good a art as Angel's Egg, I don't think, so Yeah. Anyway, I could see episode 10 of season 2 legitimately being somebody's favorite episode of the show. It's just not mine. Let's put it that way. Very unique. Once again, I run a channel where I watch the episode and then I watch it again. When I do watch it again, I'm not sure how much I'm going to have to say. That's all I'll preface this with. But yeah, either way, we'll jump back through here, starting here with 9. Interesting start to the episode here. So we open, we're with a man, he's just kind of walking on a mountain. We spot Ginkgo hiding in a cave, clutching his foot. Just a small fire, trying to keep himself alive and wait out the winter. It's probably a connective tissue between the two episodes, and as I said during the reaction, a lot of episodes in season 2. Again, we do have the Shiver opening. If you were to graph them, I think more episodes are taking place in winter, 100%. Kind of felt very familiar. Again, start of next episode, Ginkgo's just out on his own in the snow, so I almost thought they would have connected, maybe. Either way, clearly Ginkgo is in need of help, and the man does oblige. And there's your first clue, everybody. Bitter winter out here, on this side, and not so bitter winter up here on the tiered farms, over near where the man lives, as we are walking towards it. Once again, this is another piece of connective tissue between the two episodes, as next episode also has one mountain that is currently in springtime and one mountain that is currently in winter. So, like, it's really fun to see those two episodes almost reflect each other. Love this wake up here. First person shot, 3 kids just kind of watching Ginkgo, reporting to mum that he's alive. It's a good intro for sure. And I mean, yeah, the kids are really cute. I think that goes a long way to reinforcing the message of the episode as well. Like, again, sacrifice, and the sacrifice of the mother has allowed this all to occur, and this whole family situation, and all these people to be living with, her husband as well. Again, I feel like you need to like the rest of the family and feel like they're a good unit and want to see good things happen to them. And we accomplished that. Just early characterization stuff, doing wonders. Another piece of early reinforcement here for this theme, and, the sacrifice of the mother later on, producing this stuff now, is how good this food is. Look at this spread. It's beautiful. We've got all this wonderful produce. We've got this healthy family. We're all eating good. Again, all predicated on what the mother gave up. And again, this is where my something's not quite right sense was activating, right? I'm like, this is a little bit too good to be true. We saved this guy, then we brought him in, now we're feeding him this much food, not asking for anything in return. I just kind of felt like, it almost smelled like witches or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's where I was wrong. It is just nice. They're just nice people with a lot of food. A part of the mystery here, and a very nice background, is this child opening the door and Ginkgo seeing out, and hey, lo and behold, it's not winter out here. What gives? At night as well, Ginkgo is getting more and more evidence that things are a little bit odd when he hears somebody tilling very late at night. Like, early in the morning type stuff, very early in the morning. That's like, is that still the husband? What's he doing? Did I say how good the backgrounds are? Because, like, holy shit. Yo. Sick. Yeah, this season fucking rules when it comes to this kind of stuff. It's just top tier. But yeah, Ginkgo's seeing this divide, for sure. He's like, okay, well, that's over there, snowy. This over here, not so snowy. That's a lot of fucking food as well. What gives? I feel like Ginkgo's discovery of the truth here is pretty organic as well. I feel like he doesn't have an encyclopedic knowledge of Mushi and knows perfectly where to apply them at every specific point, but he picks up enough unique, weird details going on with this scenario that convinces him of this particular Mushi and its presence here. Like, particularly, hey, he's like, okay, we're growing a lot of food deep into the winter. This guy tills and tills all day. I ask him what his secret is. He just says it's hard work. He gives off a bit of a sweet smell. Not quite like Corky, but not dissimilar either. And I think the telltale sign by the very end is seeing the mother with the child. He's like, oh, okay, I know what's going on here. I just think that process of discovery is organic and pretty well written. So yeah, this shot here also now makes sense in retrospect. Because I was very confused. I'm like, is there something wrong with the baby? Is clearly a Mushi because the show's called Mushi-Shi, but like, what about the baby gave you a clue to what's going on here? Now I understand it's because of the mother-child relationship between the spreading of the parasite almost, you know? So he sees this and that's like, oh, eureka, I've got it. In that same vein, I like Ginkgo approaching conversations from a point of knowledge already. So he's pretty confident with his theory already. He just wants to confirm some things. So he tracks down the husband's father here and starts to talk about, you know, the wife and what she was like and whatnot and what happened to her. Obviously, again, from that point, recognizing that he's, you know, struck a nerve a little bit and easing off, but still, again, advising people to tell each other the truth. Just, yeah, I think he's moving pretty well this episode, Ginkgo, for sure. Just likable enough, giving people enough space when they need it, allowing people to make their own decisions. But again, knowledge is power. I want people to understand what has happened to make them this way, you know? Yeah, just very interesting. Very, very interesting. So again, I need to re-understand what this Mushi even does, because what does Ginkgo mean by the lives of both your son and your daughter-in-law are in danger? Because he has kids already, and the wife's obviously been feeding the kids, and nothing bad's happened, nothing like parasitic or vampiric or anything like that. So what gives? It seems that the sacrifice of the mothers just made the son really diligent and good at his job. Maybe, hang on, I'll have a read here. So we have Chishio, the milk-tide Mushi. Chishio is a parasite that seeks out a newborn to be its host, and then turns the bodily fluids of the newborn's mother into milk for its own nourishment. As the host matures, it starts to exude a particular scent that promotes the growth of nearby plants. Chishio then pushes its host to neglect sleep and keep eating, focusing on building its own strength. Once the host collapses from exhaustion, the Chishio leaves its host and ensnares yet another infant. Gotcha. And that's the pool that we found. Right. So at a certain point, again, you're like a young guy. I'm going to imagine you're like 30 or something like that. You're pretty strong. You're clearly still doing it. When you get a bit older, obviously working so much and not sleeping so much is going to be detrimental. You're going to break down eventually to the level of exhaustion and make another pool. And then, yeah, from there it'll kind of start again. So gender's very important here for mine, because, okay, the newborn's mother specifically is involved here, right? So, like, okay, newborn gets infected, mother also gets infected, also by proxy, if they both ingest it, you know. Baby then sucks all the milk, and what happens if that baby is then a girl, right? Because then she'll grow up. Will she also till the field and work till exhaustion, or blah, 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 blah? Or will it just do the same thing again, and when she has children, the kids are going to suck it all out of her, the milk or whatever. Is that how that works, or does it work the same way? I guess it's semantics. I'll never know, but it's interesting to me. Okay, so yes, that does make more sense. I'm like, okay, he will break down eventually, and it will cut his life ultimately shorter than it should have been. He won't make old bones, maybe not like you, I guess. Which, again, that adds to the poetry of the ending, obviously, because Mum died young, helping me to be this boy that I am right now or this man that I am right now, that can provide for my family and do all these other kind of things. In that same way, I'm just doing the same thing that she's doing, and almost like embracing her legacy in doing so, you know. It's a really beautiful story about kind of sacrifice and the things we give up for the people we love. Yeah, and you have a cure, I think, too. So it's like, hey, take this. If he just takes that, say when he's like 40-something and starting to break down a little bit more, does that just mean we're good? Did we solve it? Maybe. Who knows? It doesn't matter. Either way, back to the plot proper. Granddad's pretty unhappy about the whole thing. It's predicated on a promise from his spouse a long time ago. Again, don't tell him about this. Don't let him know. He's just keeping his promise to his dead wife. That's fair enough. Again, she must she's inside her own body. She must know what's going on. She must know that the son is almost like vampirically taking stuff from her. I don't want him to grow up and feel guilty for killing his own mother. Again, he doesn't know. He's just a kid. Yeah, I understand the motivations there for sure. I also wanted to pause here. I like this scene where it's like, hey, eat your vegetables and you'll grow up big and strong like your father. I feel like that just ties in perfectly with the themes, right? I'm making all this produce to make the people around me as strong as possible, you know? I'm giving up my life essence for the strength of you to make you stronger, like Mum did for me. Just perfectly fits. I think this is an interesting, almost like philosophical and ethical question too. He's adamant that his ability to continue to till the field and, you know, not sleep and getting all restless and stuff is his own personality and not the effects of a Mushi. I think it's interesting where you create your own sense of self and where it is something external. And obviously, again, that's all you've ever known is this ability, right? So it's going to attach into your sense of self and you're just going to think that it's you. That's interesting to me. I don't know. Because he's literally built different, but he's never known anything else to the point where that would like tip him off to that he's built different, you know? He's just, it's all that he knows. Yeah. Something like, almost like cultural about it too. Again, like life just exists wherever, all around the world, in a variety of ways that I would think are strange. And somebody would look at my life and think it's strange too. But it's all we know. All we know is our frame of reference. I don't know. God just got me thinking a little bit there. I like that. I was umming and ahhing in the reaction about Ginkgo telling the truth here. He probably threads the needle, walks the tightrope here pretty well. He wants to let them know that something's amiss. You should talk about this, you two. You should unpack this, you know, just a touch. But he doesn't want to pry and intrude so much that he's in on the conversation and pushing it forward and revealing everything. He just wants to create the opportunity for them to talk. Again, you don't want to, again, considering the kindness that they've done for you as well, they saved you. He saved you from the mountain. Like, you don't come here into this guy's life and reveal the secret. And again, I think I said this yesterday too, unless it's like ethically repulsive or something, like he's a super rapist or something, then you should probably reveal the truth there. I'm not going to break anyone's heart by saying that, I don't think. It's just, yeah, he had to do something, and I think he did enough. I'll say that. I wanted to shout this out as well. I feel like this character's voice actor is very, very good. Just this lower kind of gruffer voice, but still deeply caring about the people around him. Unique kind of timbre to the voice as well. I just, enjoyable, very enjoyable. I guess, yeah, by the end for, you know, the main character here, it's more about just knowing and knowledge being power. So right now he thinks that his own hard work has created all this stuff, but he has to know that part of it is the Mushi magic stuff. Just at least a little bit. I don't know. For me, it'd be like having some kind of disorder somewhere, right? And just thinking, yep, that's just me. I just do that thing all the time. That's my personality. And then actually having some tests done and diving in a little bit deeper and finding out that you actually have XYZ. It's like, oh, that's just... It allows me to process it a little bit. I can just kind of go, yeah, that does make sense, actually. So it was revelatory, I think. Once again, Ginkgo said just enough here. He mentioned the mother and that, you know, her death is maybe the thing that's... He gave enough clues to the point where it's starting to make you feel guilty, and almost your guilt is what prompts the father to then tell you what happened. We've started that chain reaction of kind of emotional responses. Because at this point, Hoichi, he's feeling like his own life almost killed his mother. So he's working now to make her proud. In almost a negative light, because by the very end of the episode we flip that, and that's like a beautiful sentiment. She was actually happily sacrificing herself in the same way that he will now happily sacrifice himself as well. That's the other thing as well. Taking away the Mushi will also take away the valley's prosperity, right? And the amount of food that they've grown and the life that they have. So, okay, let's let's divorce this from the whole Mushi thing for a moment and just apply this to real life. Overworking dad for a young family that is working himself to the bone, almost working himself to death to provide for them. Hey, you can stop doing that any time. At least in most parts of the world, slavery doesn't exist. So, like, you can stop. You can take an easier job with better hours and all this other kind of stuff. But the prosperity that awful job is giving you will also disappear as well. So for me, it's you got to work to a point whereby the kids are also self-sufficient and can kind of do their own thing, and then you stop, and then you ease off a little bit. Doesn't that reflect life a little bit, Again, life is a bit weird too, because you have to work for retirement pay too, so yeah. But, like, yeah, you see what I mean, basically. I don't know. Once again, Ginkgo is leaving. He's going to give them the choice to communicate with each other. Here's this Mushi purge. You can use this however you see fit. I'm sorry for overstepping the line. Later. Just a very respectful young man. Oh yeah, I forgot this element too. His fatigue actually does start to catch up with him a little bit, and he faints from exhaustion during the night, only to be found by the mother. Like, again, or his wife, I should say. That's not ideal. Okay, so it is having adverse effects even now. He will continue to work hard in spite of this. The kids need somebody to provide for them, Like, that's just how it goes. I like that. It gives some stakes to his ongoing sacrifice after this point and what he's going to continue to do. I think more importantly, this is what prompts the father to tell Hoichi, the actual story and the backstory. Again, shit, I can see now this being detrimental to my own son. I got to give him all the information. And from there we flash back. I've already implied a lot of the story in the reveals here, so I'll probably go through this pretty quickly, but it's a good little flashback. Again, this episode is built upon mystery as well, and not really knowing what the full circumstances are until a certain point. Information reveal is huge for that. It's a masterful rendition of it. It's just, again, this focus of this segment has been more talking about the episode in totality after already knowing the reveals. So yeah. So crucially here as well, we have the father blaming himself right now for not being able to produce enough food to feed his wife, and then obviously feed his son from that as well. Once again, what is Hoichi able to do now with the presence of the Mushi? The exact opposite of this. There's an abundance of food to the point where we're giving it away to Ginkgo and stuff. So, like, prosperity. It's good. So little Hoichi's crying. It's implied that he's not going to do so well if we don't find a solution quickly. Lo and behold, a miracle shows up in the forest. It's this pool of a milk-like substance that tastes nice and is sweet and stuff. Sweet to the smell. I think the implication is that, say a host dies of exhaustion and lays down, they will become a pool of milk like this. I think that's the implication. But yeah, no, Mum tries some. Little Hoichi tries some. They've just locked into place their own fates here at this point, unknowingly. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, right? So here's the tragedy, right? And one of my favorite elements of the episode. She's inside her own body. She knows what's going on. She knows that things aren't going great. She is literally actively choosing to sacrifice herself right now to make her son better, right? And to make him grow up big and strong. Isn't that just a microcosm of parenthood, right? It's so beautiful. The things we give up for the people we love. And again, that theme operating so strongly in the episode too. It's just, yeah. I can't help but think about that and feel just sad and think about my own life. It's very philosophical. I like it a lot. And yeah, we really bring up the vampiric element here now too, with her blood being replaced with that milk-like substance. Clearly something's not quite right. Yeah. The baby's been almost sucking your blood. Sucking your life force. It's really tragic, no? It's like, you mustn't ever tell him about my illness. I want him to be happy, so he mustn't know the truth. And again, it's so beautiful as well. He needs to be a parent himself and understand the sacrifices of being a parent to almost understand her sacrifice too and what she did for him. You know? That's fucking beautiful. I'm sure, again, if/when I'm ever a parent, I'm going to go through that same experience and being like, shit, my parents did this shit for me? For years? For way too many years? That's crazy. Yeah, I really love this episode, I really do. Because, yeah, she's literally on death's door. She's giving, like, her last wish right now, almost, and then just passes away. The kicker here, of course, being that the mother's tears are also that same substance. Again, like, that's my last action, almost, is tears of happiness and knowing that my son is going to be okay. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. Obviously, in the wake of those revelations, we have Hoichi needing to do some soul searching about that, going to the gravesite of his mother, and just thinking about things. Thinking about the things that she gave up, even happily enough for me to be here right now doing what I'm doing. I think Ginkgo maybe had an inkling as well, because he just like kind of sticks around and tells them a bunch of lore now, so he just had a hunch that the truth would come out. And yeah, we've gone through this already and how the Mushi works. And kind of what I was talking about before, there's an interesting point here where he's like, well shit, all these rice paddies are thanks to the Mushi. He's now separating the Mushi and its abilities from his own effort and from his own personality. He's now actively like separating his own sense of self and the parasite that is inside of him. That's crazy to me. He's actually... He's like, his mind, he had a really bad day. His mind must be like fucked. But Ginkgo counters here as well. It's not all thanks to the Mushi. You're still the one that tilled the fields. And once again, tilling the fields is also a metaphor. It's a metaphor for being a father. I'm tilling the fields for this purpose, you know, to make these kids happy and allow them to have a good childhood, you know, and to grow up big and strong. The next generation. It's all about that sacrifice, you know. In that same way, that this whole thing isn't a Mushi's fault. This whole thing isn't the sacrifice of your own mother. They're all involved, but you still did all this, man. And you should be proud of that. And yeah, his resolve here is to use the power, that same power that killed his own mother, to the nth degree, to the point where I can keep my family alive and keep them safe. It is also that Mushishi ethos of living on despite you're doing that. You're not taking an easy way out. You're not cutting things short. You're learning to live with what you have. And these parting lines here as well, right? Well, there's still a little bit more too, but like the son apologizing for being like a bad thing that happened to the mother and that kind of thing, and being very thoughtful in that way. And then the father on the other side, obviously knowing the full picture that the mother sacrificed herself happily for you. Hey, you finally understand what it is to be a parent. You finally understand the sacrifices that she went through, that we went through, to have you be here now. Like, yeah, you've become a fine father. And yeah, we kind of do a little bit of narration here, bring that episode title up again. There's a living, welling tide from the earth as the milk kind of comes up from it, goes out into somebody and returns to it, just like the tides flow in and out. It's poetry to that, 100%. And we're also proven correct. Again, there's a harsh winters now attacking this part of the world, right? Where I believe, now upon rewatch, I think the implication is that Dad has taken the Mushi purge. So good for him. He's going to stick around. Because again, it wasn't the point that, like, the land was lush all year round because of the Mushi. So he must have taken the purge, I think. Either way, his sacrifices in the here and now and stockpiling a bunch of that food and blah 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 is reaping rewards in the future. They're living a good life, happily all together, on that same land of the mother's sacrifice, you know? Yeah, it's cute, very cute. As we pan up to the heavens, I'm sure Mother is looking down on that whole family very happily. That was a very, very, very good episode. When I rank again, it will rank highly. I'll assure you of that right now. Now, Depths of Winter, episode 10. I'm just going to watch it again, and I'm going to talk when I think of things. That's all. Let's go. Once again, I'm going to say that I get it. I understand the point of the episode. I understand its themes that make it this way. It is done with intent. It is not done, you know, out of lack of skill or lack of budget or anything else in between. The episode in itself is about hibernation. It's about a springtime Mushi picking the right moment to wake up. It is about mountain guardians communicating with each other about when that time will be. There's a lull. It's anticipation. It's the hold in the depths of winter until the release at the start of spring, right? That's all it's about. And again, the editing and the style of the episode matches that 100%. I'm just saying, is that compelling television for my intents and purposes? I would say no. That's all. Ginkgo himself, as he is wont to do, is in the middle of a journey. He decides that waiting a few days here, hibernating, for, until the thing happens that he's looking to avoid or have happen or whatever else. Therefore, he's going to lock himself down and hibernate. This is what I mean when I say the episode is quite procedural and very, Ginkgo just doing his own thing driven. It's like a day on the job as a Mushi-Shi type stuff. And I'm kind of into that. I think that's okay. But mostly I'm here for the characters, I think. More than anything. Characters and vibes. And like the philosophy of the stories. Which I just don't think we really get here. I take that back. The vibes are very good. I'm seeing this as, like, I'll go for morning walks very often. Reminds me of a winter morning's walk for sure, just how still everything is. Kind of frosty, not a lot of leaves on the trees. It definitely, I'm relating my own experiences to that 100%. And in that way, we are cultivating a vibe. It's a bit of foreshadowing. The pond there moves a tad. There's shit going on down there. Lots of hibernation and stuff. I don't know, it's good to see on the rewatch. This here's a shot I really love. It's just kind of Ginkgo peeking out of his tent, expecting again to see that the winter has passed and not seeing that, and that's very confusing to him. Again, plot stuff. I just, once again, feel like this evokes a feeling or experience of mine, like an early snowing morning even, where it's the fog's thick, you can't quite see that far in front of you. Just cozy for sure. Pace and information reveal is good through this point of the episode. I feel like it's edited quite well as well. Is good so far. Adding to this procedural nature of the episode and not needing other characters to explain things to, Ginkgo just refers to Mushi, like the Oroshibui or whatever he calls it. He doesn't feel the need to extrapolate or say a layman term name for it because it's his own thoughts. He's just thinking stuff. That's unique, for sure, compared to other episodes. In that way, maybe I shouldn't be so harsh. I am looking for uniqueness of these episodes above most other things. Episodes do tend to blend together. Once again, in 3 to 4 weeks, I'm going to remember this episode and what it was like. 100%. So, is that entirely a bad thing then? I don't know. Good Ginkgo faces good Ginkgo humor through this point in the episode as well. Him trying to escape the mountain, which has since been sealed, we'll later learn by the guardian of the mountain as well, for a very cynical reason, we'll say. Yeah, he lets his personality out here a little bit. I do like that. Also, again, the ceiling of the mountain and walking around in circles and ending up at the same point reminds me of that bamboo forest episode from earlier on. I just think that's nice and neat and stuff. Similar concepts. Once again, this is the cool part about the episode. It's presented a problem for Ginkgo, and it goes to show how he approaches a solution to a problem that he doesn't ultimately know in the first place about what's going on. He's a bit confused. He's like, well, shit, time to talk to the Mountain Guardian. Again, astute viewers of the show will know that the Mountain Guardian has been in various episodes thus far. These creatures that have these kind of roots growing out of their heads and whatever else. And, them having this significant spiritual power over the land. That's all very cohesive. I like that in combination with the rest of the show. Once again, he doesn't need to explain it, he just kind of does it, and that's cool. Ginkgo brings out a bottle of corky here to help summon the Mountain Guardian. On second thought, I better not use it. The corky here is vitally important, and the use of it, 100%. Yeah, we'll talk about it at the end. Ginkgo has some theories about why the mountain is sealed here. He mentions a typhoon at a previous autumn, right? Kind of really affected the land, really kind of shook things around. Maybe we should force the mountain itself into its own hibernation to help heal its wounds. However, hibernation at such a weakened point could also lead to death. It's this risk that we're taking with the mountain. Or are we? Was it just a cynical grab for some corky in the end? Yeah. It's a good theory. It's a good running theory right now, Ginkgo. You might change your tune by the very end. Because he thinks that the mountain's dying, but really they're just kind of fucking with him? I don't know. I think there's an ultimate theme in this episode too of Ginkgo and his insignificance. Him really not mattering in the grand kind of to and fro of nature and it doing its thing. And him being almost at its whims as well, and him getting a reminder of that, of the lack of his own power as an individual. Again, they're almost toying with him by the end. Hey, took your corky, buddy. Like, yeah, I think that's a cool kind of take from the episode by the very end, I think. And yeah, I'll skip there to the very end now. Ginkgo looking up into the sky, kind of fed up with his whole experience, like, well, shit, they got me then. And then, again, keeping on moving regardless. That's cool to me. Mountain Lord, everybody. Hello. It's a little turtle guy. I don't know. He's got the things on his back. Yeah. He's cool. He's a powerful guy. I get the feeling that our Mountain Lord here as well doesn't really like Ginkgo's tone. A little bit condescending. Hey, it's spring on the other mountains. You should do this thing. And he kind of looks at him with disgust. It's like, are you serious? You want to test me right now? It almost seems like he calls down the Orochi buoy here, and they push him into the lake. It's almost like that was a command. It's almost like, stop talking to me about this shit. You get down there too and hibernate. Come on now. And once again, cynically as well, maybe this was all a trap. Maybe we smelt the corky on you, sealed the mountain, lured you over here, knowing that you would come over here, pushed you in, and then stole your shit. Maybe it's something like that. He just got mugged by a bunch of Mushi. Maybe. This here is probably my favorite sequence of the episode, where we go underwater. It's like a quicksand type substance, and it pulls him under very quickly. And yeah, we just get to vibe there for a little bit with all the animals and see what's happened to them all. I skipped the dialogue, but Ginkgo early in the episode queried why there weren't any animals out. You know, I know it's winter and stuff, but there still should be a few. Soundtrack here is fantastic as well. Very sparse and befitting of almost like a lullaby. It's almost like this sleeping music as Ginkgo and the rest of the animals do hibernate. There's corky floating as a substance through the air as well. It feels like we're almost, what's the word? Like floating in utero almost. Like a little bit. Like, it feels like we're all together in the womb and we're just kind of waiting things out before we're reborn again during spring. It's also this great leveler, talking to one of my other themes of the episode as well, which is our own insignificance. Hey, Ginkgo, you're getting thrown in this lake the same way that the lizards are, and the same way that the rats are, and the deer and the everything, right? You're one of us. You're another piece in the big circle of life. You're just going to chill it down here with everybody else. You're not better. You shouldn't elevate yourself above nature. You're down here with us. Another episode it reminds me of as well is only a few episodes ago where Old Mate was sleeping at the bottom of the lake, sleeping with the fishes. Again, we have this supernatural ability to like not drown and, you know, have these Mushi just kind of help us exist in these spaces for a very long time. The corky bubbling too. Corky is the very essence of life itself. Once again, it is sustaining us through this time. You know, we're all down here, all together. I like Ginkgo here. He's humbled a little bit. He's just thankful that everybody's in here and safe. I'm thankful that everything seems to be in control. I'm also thankful for the help of the Mountain Lord. Like, he's helped me stay in here and wait out the winter. Once again, audio is top tier. I liked the effect on Ginkgo's voice during that segment as well. He felt very close to the mic, like he was talking from the inside of his very self. That was very cool. I also like the pan up to the sun, you know, to the surface, and then the snap cut to later on. Winter has finished, and we're letting everybody out of here. See, it looks nice now. Still a bit chilly, but nicer for sure. And yeah, at this point, Ginkgo rises himself up out of the lake, realizes that all his stuff has been tampered with, and goes to collect it all. And just like that, the Orochi buoy, after flocking near the Corky, go up into the air and head north. As they are wont to do. The cold wind itself is its own Mushi. Very cool. It's also the reveal that the mountain is no longer sealed if the Orochi buoy are able to leave and head on their merry way again. This almost feels like, you know, Finding Nemo, where they get on these like currents? That's what that almost feels like too. It's a cool feeling. Ginkgo's now on the move again. All these Mushi, these springtime Mushi are now popping all up out of the place. They're very annoying apparently, so Ginkgo just wants to get out of Dodge. Did I say that the backgrounds in this show are good? I don't feel like I've ever said that enough. I don't know. Anyway, I like this moment here as well. It's seeing a couple of houses. We're back near civilization again. It feels almost like an episode of Man vs. Wild or something. Like Bear Grylls walks out and finally sees like a road again, and he's like, shit. See ya. I made it back to civilization. I don't know. For me, this is clearly now, okay, we start here with Ginkgo and we move all the way over to where he's back with civilization. This is when the show itself can continue to normal episodes again. We will meet characters and other humans and whatever else in the future. Yeah, it's a nice little detour. At any rate, the whole thing was easier than he thought it was going to be. The whole thing was just a whole big fuck around. And then that gets Ginkgo scratching his head. In any case, I can't believe I lost everything, including my Corki. Oh shit, the Mountain Law was in control of things the entire time. Potentially I just got mugged. He's like, let's make things difficult for Ginkgo. Chuck him in this pond. Fucking steal his Corki. And then give him, once he's paid his toll, paid his penance, we'll let him leave again. And yeah, by the very end here, this turtle guy, he's like the fucking mob boss of this mountain. You don't fuck with him at all, you know? And Ginkgo learns that. He's like, shit, maybe I'm kind of fucking insignificant. Maybe I don't matter at all. Maybe all I am is my life essence that I carry with me. Cool guy. Or a turtle, 100%. Either way, it's live and let live. He's sitting back. Oh well, it's springtime. We made it out. I'm gonna keep on trucking regardless. Now, two things. One, I do like this. Well, one, I do like this. This development for the theming of the episode and Ginkgo's own insignificance. It's very frivolous by the very end. It's like, oh, this was all just something orchestrated by somebody else that I stumbled into. It was never really life-threatening. It wasn't all that serious. It's just a thing that happened, you know? It's just an event because some guy wanted my shit. But two, that also undercuts everything in the episode and makes it all pretty pointless. On a rewatch especially. You're just like, do I want to watch Ginkgo vibe for a little bit? Maybe. I don't know. Again, I don't know what you would ever see in this episode in a rewatch. Put it that way. And I think me liking it a little bit more during this segment is testament to me having it on 2x speed. It is slow going. It is slow going, this segment, for sure, for sure. And yeah, with that, we'll close it on out. It was better than I thought it was going to be on the rewatch, I think. Just, you know, a little bit. But yeah, not my favorite episode in the world. Unique, though. We'll give it unique, 100%. You'll see me soon for the next video. It'll be that OVA. I believe it's double length, so just kind of that one-in-one video sounds pretty good to me. Thank you for watching here today. I'd love to hear your opinions on the episodes as well, especially 10. So I can imagine it's pretty divisive. But yeah, good time regardless. 2 thumbs up. I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Ciao. Goodbye.